Assalamu alaikum class. How are you all? I hope you are fine and enjoying your good health. Welcome to your English class. Let's learn English with Ma'am Rimsha. Let's begin. The learning objectives of this lesson are: by the end of this lesson, you should be able to know about present and past indefinite tense, to know about the use of form of verb and helping verb in present and past indefinite tense. Class, our topics of today's lesson are present indefinite tense and past indefinite tense. Let me give you a brief introduction of tenses. Basically, we have three types of tenses that are present, past, and future tense. Class, now we are going to learn about present indefinite tense. So let's start. Class, present indefinite tense is used when we are talking about daily task, habitual action, or facts that do not change, which mean universal truth. And there are some signal words to indicate present indefinite tense. Do you know what are they? Yes, daily, usually, often, and sometimes. These are the signal words which tells us that the tense is in present indefinite. Very nice. Let us go through some examples of present indefinite tense. First is, he reads the newspaper daily. In this sentence, reads is the verb, which tells us that this sentence is in present indefinite. And there is also a signal word. Can you identify the signal word? Yes, very nice. You are right. Daily is the signal word in this sentence. Okay, let's move on. Next is, I go to the market. In this sentence, go is the verb which is in first form. So this sentence is also in present indefinite tense. Very nice. Next sentence is, Sarah and her sister play in their room. In this sentence, play is the verb which is again in first form. So this sentence is also in present indefinite. Fourth is, the dog barks in front of the shop. Barks is the verb in this sentence, which tells that this sentence is also in present indefinite tense. Very nice. Next is, Ali always speaks the truth. In this sentence, speaks is the verb which is in first form. And again, class, there is a signal word. Can you guess the signal word? Yes, the signal word is always. So always tells us that this sentence is in present indefinite tense. Very nice, class. Class, do you know that there are three types of sentences? Yes, you have read about it. Affirmative, negative, and interrogative sentences. Good. Now let us read about affirmative sentence. The structure of affirmative sentence is singular subject, then verb with s or es, and then the object. And the subject, plural subject, then verb, then object. Good. Remember the structure. Now let us move to examples. Example of affirmative sentences are, he plays football. In this sentence, plays is the verb. We add s with plays because our subject was singular. He plays football. Next is, they eat their lunch. In this sentence, eat is the verb. But can you guess that why we didn't add s or es with eat? Yes, because our subject is plural. That is why we don't add any s or es with our verb. Great. Class, now we will read about negative sentences. The structure of negative sentence is subject, helping verb do or does, then not, then the main verb, and then the object. For example, he does not play football. In this sentence, he is a singular subject. Does is the helping verb. And we use not because we are talking about negative sentences. And play is the main verb. And class, why we use does in this sentence? Yes, think about it. We use does as a helping verb because our subject is singular. For singular subjects, we use does. And for plural subjects, we use do as a helping verb. As you can see in our next example. They do not eat their lunch. We use do as a helping verb in this sentence because our subject was plural. Our subject is they. They is a plural subject. That is why we are using do as a helping verb in this sentence. Class, now we will learn about interrogative sentences. What does interrogative sentences indicate? Class, in interrogative sentences, we ask a question. The structure of interrogative sentence is do or does, which are the helping verbs. They comes first, then the subject, then the main verb, then object, and at last we add a question mark. Do not forget to add a question mark at the end of interrogative sentences. Let us see it through some examples. Does he play football? In this sentence, first of all, we are using the helping word does because our subject was singular. Play is the verb and football is the object, and at last we are using a question mark because these are interrogative sentences. Next is do they eat their lunch? Question mark. This is also an interrogative sentence because we are asking a question in this sentence. In interrogative sentences, helping verb do or does always comes at the first. I hope you understood about interrogative sentences well now. Okay, let's move on. Class, now we are going to differentiate between these three sentences of present indefinite tense that are affirmative, negative, and interrogative. First is he works in the office. This is an affirmative sentence. He does not work in the office. This is the negative sentence. Does he work in the office? This is the interrogative sentence. Next is they play in the garden. Negative is they do not play in the garden. Interrogative is do they play in the garden? Question mark. Third is Sarah makes a cake. Negative is Sarah does not make a cake. Interrogative is does Sarah make a cake? Question mark. Fourth is Ahmed feels sad today. Negative is Ahmed does not feel sad today. Interrogative is does Ahmed feel sad today? Question mark. I hope after these 4 sentences, the difference between affirmative, negative, and interrogative sentences is more clear to you people. Okay, let's move on. It's checkup time. Now let's check that are your concepts clear or not. You have to choose the correct option according to present indefinite tense. So are you ready? Yes, let's start. The first is, my mother dashed a mango tree in our garden. Plant or plants. Second is, Peter dashed an apple. Eats or eat. What do you think? Think about it, very nice. Third is, Ryan dashed to school. Goes or go. John and Sana dash me 2 pencils. Gives or give. They dash me to carry the heavy box. Help or helps. I am pretty sure that all of you knew the answers. So hurry up, think about it. I hope that you have done it. So now let's check your answers. The first one was, my mother plants a mango tree in our garden. Next is, Peter eats an apple. Third is, Ryan goes to school. Fourth, John and Sana give me 2 pencils. Fifth is, they help me to carry the heavy box. Very nice class if you have done it correctly. Very good. Class, now we are going to learn about past indefinite tense. Let's start. Class, past indefinite tense is used to indicate an action which is completed at definite time in the past, which means something which has been done in the past. Now let us go through some examples of past indefinite tense. Are you ready? Good. Let's start. The first example is, they played cricket last week. In this sentence, the verb is played, which is in second form. This tells us that this sentence is in past indefinite tense. Next is, I helped him to do the task. Helped is the verb which is in second form. This tells that this sentence is in past indefinite tense. Third is, she sang well at the party. In this sentence, sang is the verb which is again in second form. So this sentence is again in past indefinite tense. Last is, Ali watched television. Watched is the verb in this sentence. So this sentence is again in past indefinite tense. Class, before discussing affirmative sentence, what you have learned in your previous slide? We have learned that in past indefinite tense, we always use second form of verb. First of all, let us discuss about affirmative sentence. The structure of affirmative sentence is singular subject, then verb which must be in second form, then object, or plural subject, then verb which will again be in second form, and then the object. For example, he played football. In this sentence, the verb is played, which is in second form, and the subject is he, which is singular, and object is football. He played football. Next is, they ate their lunch. In this sentence, ate is the verb, and our subject is plural in this sentence. They ate their lunch. Now let us move to negative sentences. The negative sentence of past indefinite tense. The structure is subject, then helping verb did. Then we use not, then the main verb which must be in first form and then object. So can you see a difference in affirmative sentence and negative sentence? What is the difference? Yes, we are using a helping verb did in negative sentences which was not used in affirmative sentence. For example, he did not play football. In this sentence, did is the helping verb and play is the verb. Can you feel a difference here? Yes, the difference is of verb. Whenever we are using did as a helping verb, we will always use first form of verb. Repeat it with me. Whenever we are using did as a helping verb, we will always use first form of verb. We cannot use any other form of verb with did. Remember this rule. Next is, they did not eat their lunch. Again, we are using did not and first form of verb, eat. And now we are going to discuss about interrogative sentence. I've told you before what are interrogative sentences. The sentences in which we are asking a question. These are the question sentences. The structure is did, which will come at the first, then subject, then the verb which must be in first form. Yes, very nice. Next, object, and at last, do not forget to put a question mark. Good. For example, did he play football? Question mark. In this sentence, did, which is the helping verb, is coming at the first, then the subject, he. Then the verb, which is in first form because we are using did as the helping verb. And with did, we cannot use any other form of verb except first form. I hope you have learned this rule. And the next is, did they eat their lunch? Question mark. In this again, we are using did as a helping verb. And we are using first form of verb, that is eat. Great. Let's move. Class, now let's differentiate between these three sentences of past indefinite tense, that are affirmative, negative, and interrogative. The first is, he worked in the office. Negative is, he did not work in the office. Interrogative is, did he work in the office? Question mark. Second is, they played in the garden. Negative is, they did not play in the garden. Interrogative is, did they play in the garden? Question mark. Third is, Sarah made a cake. Negative is, Sarah did not make a cake. Interrogative is, did Sarah make a cake? Question mark. Fourth is, Ahmed felt sad yesterday. Negative is, Ahmed did not feel sad yesterday. Interrogative is, did Ahmed feel sad yesterday? Question mark. So class, which is the main difference in between these three sentences? Obviously, the main difference is of helping verb did. We use helping verb did in negative and interrogative sentences. And whenever we use did, we always use first form of verb. But in affirmative sentences, we will not use helping verb did. We will use verb with second form of verb. Right? I hope these differences are clear to you now. So now it's checkup time. Let's check what have you learned. You have to choose the correct option according to past indefinite tense. First is Ali dashed to school. Go or went? Think about it. Next is Aisha dashed into the water. Jumped or jump? Third is it dashed yesterday. Rain or rained? Fourth is we did not dash your pet. Harmed or harm? Class, be careful in this sentence because we have used did in this sentence. So carefully fill this blank. Next is, did I dash him some money? Lent or lend? This sentence is also having did in it. So be careful in last two sentences. I hope you will choose the right options. Now it's time to check your answers. The first one was Ali went to school. Is your answer correct or not? If it's correct, then you are great. Next is Aisha jumped into the water. Third is it rained yesterday. Fourth was we did not harm your pet. If you have done this sentence correctly, then superb. Fifth is, did I lend him some money? Excellent from my side if you all our answers are correct. You are great. Class, now let's wrap up our lesson. Present indefinite tense is used to show facts or habitual actions. We use s or es with verb in case of singular subject. We use do or does in negative and interrogative sentences. For example, the baby cries in the room. This is affirmative sentence. The baby does not cry in the room. This is a negative sentence. Does the baby cry in the room? This is an interrogative sentence. Past indefinite tense is used to indicate an action that is completed at definite time in the past. We use second form of verb in past indefinite tense. We use did in negative and interrogative sentences. Example, the baby cried in the room. This is affirmative sentence. The baby did not cry in the room. This is a negative sentence. Did the baby cry in the room? This is an interrogative sentence. Class, I hope that all the points are very much clear to you now. Let's move to your home task. Your home task is to write a paragraph in simple past tense on the given topic. Which cartoon character do you like the most and why? You have to write this paragraph on your loose sheet. Be very careful while using the past tense. Whenever you use did, do not forget to use first form. I hope that you have understood your home task now. I hope you have enjoyed today's lesson and you have learned a lot. Now it's time to say goodbye. Take care of yourself, class. Allah Hafiz.